Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thanks for always supporting. Kamsahamnida, I am very grateful. And today I'm back to review Under the Queen's Umbrella. We are episodes 7 and 8, and oh my word, they're not playing anymore. It's like the last 4 episodes, it feels like rap with information. Like, it's crazy. Like episode 7, I think in the first 4 minutes, it was like so much information about what happened to that child. It was like, what is going on? And then here in episode 8, I so love this queen. I love that she was like, look, you want to go there? Let's go there. I was born for this, okay? I'm up for a challenge. Bring it. Just bring it, Queen Mother. Bring it, right? I was like, woo! Anyway, let's go back to episode 7, where we saw, obviously, the grandson was being poked. You know, somebody was trying to kill now the son of the crown prince who just died. And this poor queen is like, oh my God. It's almost like this household of mine is under attack. They're trying to get rid of us at all costs. And then I thought it was strange, by the way, when they go for interrogation and she pins it on the crown princess. I was like, what? What are you doing that for? Like, did you panic? You were like, oh my gosh, this king's mother finally caught me with the counselor and they're gonna get rid of me, so let me just pin it on the princess. And I was like, ooh, okay. So we saw the princess already wanted to leave. Like, she was like, this palace is not safe for me, my kids, myself. I just want out of here, right? Because now we know that the crown prince was poisoned, right? So she wants out of there. And then the queen is like, you can't leave. And how dare you even think about, because she remember she was like, she's gonna kill herself. And she's like, when you're a mother, you can never do that. Like, these children still need you. Don't you ever think of that. Even when the queen was like, she knew, like, I know you're scared. And she got it, what she was trying to do, right? And I love that, how they got out of that situation when she used the princess to say it was her who went and got the medicine to bring it into the palace to give to her husband. And so she's the one who needed to be almost like turned into a commoner, right? That's how the queen is able to stay in the palace. And then obviously we saw now they're being banished away. And I love that obviously she had a plan, went and grabbed them during the whole passage of their being sent away, and goes and, you know, gives them a nice place to stay where nobody knows that they're there, because we all know the king's mother and that counselor are going after her family. So I was glad that they put her somewhere with her children, that it's safe. And she told her, you know, once it's all done and she's still queen, she will bring them back. So that was so good to see. But at first I was like, oh, why are you pinning it on her? Like, what is going on? Like, did you panic or what's going on? And then the other thing I'm so loving is the relationship between the king and the queen. The fact that she knows she has his backing is why she's able to take more risks. For example, when she said, yes, I'll allow this whole thing about trying to find a replacement for the crown prince. And she knows at this point, her sons are not the most, you know, popular or the most able to do the job. And she's willing to take that risk because she said, yes, if none of my sons become, you know, the worthy crown prince, then I'll step down. But she put a caveat on there. She said, it cannot be the counselors who are going to decide. It has to be the king who's going to make that decision. And I was like, you smart woman, because you know you have the king's back, right? And the way she was talking to the king about, I see now, it's almost like you've gone back to that crown prince that I had fallen in love with, right? Like, ooh, she is like working him. And it's true, it's not just she's working him, but she's just like, it's good to see you back to being that, you know, that crown prince that, you know, stood on principles for the good of the kingdom. Clearly, because the king now realizes he's on his own. These would-be counselors that serve him would really don't really care for him that much. They really are trying to bring him down, and I believe the king has finally seen it. And I love this whole challenge that they have. This prince is running all over the place, looking for, I don't know, they're on horses, they're running, and it's just like a survival of the fittest. It's so good. I love it. And by the way, I love Prince Bogam and Prince Seongnam when they both went to find the friend. I guess used to be a really good friend of the king, and he's pretending to be blind. And then Seongnam is like, I don't think you are. And when he tries to jump and he looked, it was like, oh, are you really blind, right? I thought that was interesting. And it'll be interesting to see if they're able to convince him to come back to the palace. So it seems like the king is trying to find new people to replace the council. And clearly the council has heard about that. They're not happy about it. And then obviously we saw that the queen's mother, consort Hwan, they're all wanting to kill Prince Seongnam. And I'm just like, what is going on? First of all, I feel like Prince Seongnam must have maybe seen what the king's mother did, because why was he banished and not raised in the palace? Remember that? Because she tells him as a kid, like, what you see in this palace, if you want to protect your family, you need to not say anything. And I'm thinking that child must have seen what happened to that other crown prince that now we know was murdered, right? That's the only reason why she's working so hard to get rid of her own grandson. Hence this situation here when she approaches her and said, I found out the thugs that you paid so that they could kill my son, your own grandson. Because, here is the arrow that was used. And obviously the thug confessed. They saw the king's mother's maid is the one who went and paid them to do that and give them the picture of which prince they want them to kill. My word. And then consult Hwan and the counselor, all they wanted was to deter him, not to hurt him, but they didn't realize the king's mother wanted him out. A mess. So I love it when she was like, oh, you don't think I know what you're doing? You better slow your roll, right? I know you're the king's mother, but girl, she was like, bring it, okay? I am up for the challenge. Whatever you want to throw at me, bring it. I am not one of those queens who's just gonna go, right? Like she was like, bring it, okay? And now you know I have something on you, right? I would tell everyone, because I have the evidence, that you tried to kill one of the prince. I love that she has that card in her back, meaning she could pull it anytime when this queen starts to act up, right? So for that reason, I am so grateful. And it seems like in next episode, now she is talking with the council or counselor, the evil counselor, to say, maybe it's more beneficial for you to work with me. Maybe we should work together. I'm loving how she's just skimming her way. They're like, they're gonna take her out. And she's like, no, you're gonna be my friends. Ooh, I'm loving it. I cannot wait to see more. I think it's really excellent. I thought it was funny when she had all the consults come and sit down and she wants them to embroider this because she's trying to save them from themselves, because they're all gonna go cheat. They all want their sons to win, like we saw with Prince Yuseong. He's putting poison in the horses that the other prince is supposed to be using so that he can win, all kinds of things like that. But I feel like obviously the person who's worthy of the crown will end at it, but at what cost? And what are they gonna put through the queen's mother? Cannot wait to see more. What did you think of episode 7 and 8? Tell me down below in your comments. Are you enjoying it as much as I am? I love it now. The storyline has really picked up and a lot of information, and oh my gosh, what happened? That happened, this happened. Love it, love it, love it. I love this show so much. Anyway, as usual, if you like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And please join me next week when we review episode 9 and 10. Deuces.